Oh, yep. Guess who? I'm back again. Right. This time, another DX-160 video. Blimey. Gosh, you are being treated. Anyway, I got this about a couple of weeks ago. I've done one video on it. I can't remember what I said about it. But anyway, it needed sort of aligning. It's been stored away for years, so just needed realignment, which is, you know, normal thing with these radios, because it is nearly 50 years old. And band C, which is 1.5 to 4.5, didn't work. Anyway, we've got that sorted, which I think I said about in the other video, but anyway, I'll tell you again. So yeah, I found a bad joint, well, not bad joint, but needed resoldering on the board, and that was from the wave change switch, and that got band C back into life again. And then I done a real alignment on it, so it's all pretty well spot on now, close as I can get it anyway. And it's got little red asterisks on the display, you can't really see on here, but and that one's for, say, for 40 meters, which I've got it on now. So you set the main dial to the little red asterisk, or star, or what you want to call it. And then on your band spread dial, that will go, so 7.2, say there, if you see that or not, is it should be near enough 7.2 megahertz, you know. And then you come down through the 40 meter band, 40 meters band, yeah. So I'll just let you listen.
And you know, it's been well, the day before yesterday I finished my shift in 6 till 6, but I leave about 5, whatever, you know, 20 past 5 or whatever, go over the chat.
Yeah, there's obviously some into G there chattering on 40. 40 is not too open at the minute, but it's not bad. It's 20 past 10 in the morning, and it's a Thursday, so a weekday like. But yeah, and obviously with this one you don't get a speaker with it, you know. They do they sell a separate speaker to go with the radio, because for some reason they didn't put one inside the case, and there's plenty of room in there. I don't know why they didn't put one in, really. Anyway, you have a SP-150 which stands by the side of it, you know, to match it. But anyway, this one didn't have one with it, and so I just used one of my little satellite speakers off a surround system. I just painted it black, hammerite black, and my daughter, she got a Cairo cutting machine, so she cut me out the numbers in vinyl. I'll put them on there. Yeah, it looks alright, and at least you can tell it's that speaker's to go with this radio. DX-160. It doesn't sound too bad. The audio on this radio is very limited bandwidth anyway. It's not very brilliant audio on this radio, which is a lot of people have said that. It's I suppose you could call it communications quality, really, you know. But you know, I only mainly listen to sideband and stuff on it anyway. But if you go on shortwave broadcast and that, it's not too bad. But you know, it hasn't got the full roundness of audio like you do with say with this Texan here, you know. The audio on that is superb, you know, if you can see that or not. There it is. The S2000, you know, and go on shortwave broadcast with that, and just like FM quality, brilliant, you know. But yeah, anyway, this is good, and I love the radio. It just looks good, I think, considering it come out in sort of 75. Well, I think the DX-150, obviously the predecessor to this one, I don't think had the band A on it, which is the long wave. I don't think so. I'm not sure on that. But that came out in 72, so 50 years ago, and this one came out at 75, or 47 years ago, whatever. So yeah, and some of the electrolytic caps have been changed in it on the power supply and stuff, you know, and because you know they do deteriorate after a few years, you know, as you know. But I found on sideband, I was running it off mains, you know, it's got mains transformer built in and power supply. The SSB was a bit warbly, you know, slightly gurgly, and I hate that, you know. I like it to be clear and that. And so I tried looking at the other capacitors and the BFO circuit and what have you, and you know, there's a few electrolytics and stuff, but I tried changing them, but it didn't make any much difference really. So so I thought I'd just try it on 12 volt supply instead of the mains, you know, so I did, and that cured it. So it's obviously got a bit of a ripple on the mains somewhere on the, but I'm not too worried. I just run on 12 volts. I've got 12 volt 5 amp supply here at the back here, DC supply, which I run most of these radios off of anyway. So yeah, it's pretty good now. I could find you a strong sideband signal.
The old valve amplifier usually sits on 80 metres, doesn't it? So I had to give it a quick tune on 40, and a bit of pedestrian mobile I heard a little bit earlier, about 1.5 kcs up, and he signed, and I thought...
yeah, there you go, pretty good. And see the S meter responding well. You know, very good. It's a nice looking S meter as well, you know, like a proper one, and the band spread is, you know, has a fair old distance on the tuning, so it's really nice fine tuning on the band spread. So it's, yeah, good radio really, very nice. Got antenna trimmer on there, you know, just to, obviously as you change frequency, different bands, you can just tune the antenna in. You know, I use a G5RV, which I use for transmitting with, because I've got the Kenwood Air TS480, and I've got an antenna. Put a light on that, that's better. I've got an antenna box up here which I made, and I can switch between all the radios. And then if I go on the transmitting, I just turn the main one over to the 480, so that's direct, and you don't get no RF, you know, coming up any of these and into the radios or anything, you know, which should be a bit fatal really. So yeah, so that's and I think it looks quite good really with that speaker. And yeah, so as I say, it works on all bands now, and it's pretty, you know, pretty sensitive on most bands. It's good. I was listening on 15 meters yesterday with it on 21 megs, and you know, because that band's been open the last few days. I've worked a few American stations and Canadian and that on there, and also 17 meters, you know, which 18 megs picks up well on there as well. It's a good all-rounder. And I mean, you look at the forums, and some people say it's a pile of junk and that, you know, but I can't see how really, because comparing it, I mean, I got the Heathkit 717 there. That's a good radio. It's good on sideband as well. You know, and I got the Skyward CX203, which you may not have heard of that one, but it's a pretty good radio. It's you know, budget type one, but it's good. But the band spread on that is very close together. It's not very fine tuning, but it's all right there. You just have to be a bit dexterous with your fingers when you're tuning sideband and that. And then of course I've got the Heathkit Mohican, which I've just sprayed that case actually hammerite black, because that was a horrible blue colour, so that looks quite nice now. And I've got that pretty well aligned as well, It's not as sensitive as these sets, but it's not bad. You know, you can pick up sideband and stuff on it, but it's just don't come through quite as strong, you know. But yeah, it's all right. They all work off the same antenna. I just switched here, you know. As you see, they got Mohican CX203, SW717, a DX-160 there, which is one I'm on now. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, there you go. So, but yeah, if you get a chance to get hold of one of these DX-160s or even the DX-150, you know, it's they're worth getting, I think. And even if they've got problems, you know, they're pretty easy fixes, really. You know, I mean, I had a problem with this. This was alright when I had it, and it went for ages, and then all of a sudden I turned it on one day and it was dead. You could hear a click when you change the wave bands. I thought, well, something's going, the amplifier's working or something. And what it was, the got FET transistors in there, and the first state, you know, the RF input one, had gone, you know, on it. And that just made the whole radio dead, you know. So I found an equivalent one, I think about £1.50 or something. Put that in, and it works brilliantly now, you know, really good. So, you know, for £1.50, resurrected it, got it going again. And I do like that, because I had one when I was an apprentice back in 1978, and you know, it just brings back memories of that. I got rid of that one, but I saw this one on eBay. I've had this one about 3 or 4 years now, but I saw it on eBay, good price, and I went for it, and it didn't really need anything doing to it. It was really clean as well, you know. Just turn it on, and away it went, you know. And, I did check the alignment, and it was pretty well spot on, really. You know, but I just get them all bang on, you know. I've got a little signal generator here, and I just do it inductively coupling, and I just run a long wire from the output, which runs all around the shack, and that's just enough to transmit the RF signal, you know, to set these up with, you know. I know it's not really the proper way of doing it. You should directly couple it to the aerial antenna with a little box, which I've got one actually. I made a little antenna interface box, but I just find it easier with I can just turn that on, you know, set a frequency, and it's got a modulate. You can modulate the frequency as well with it, so you get a tone, and up it comes, you know. It's handy sometimes if I listen to certain shortwave broadcast frequencies, and you know, like Radio Romania and stuff, they do English broadcast. If they're on a certain frequency, I can just set the frequency in that signal generator, you know, put it on a modulated tone, and just tune the radio bang on to that frequency, and then wait for it to come on, you know. If you know, say it's coming on from 9:30 till 10 in the evening, sort of 9:25, I can just set that bang on to where it's got to be, and turn the signal generator off, and wait for the station to come up. Yeah, it's good, and I can do that obviously with all of them, you know. Right, I think that'll do, because my throat's going now. Bit of a long video this one, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, yeah, I do like a radio. Since I've had it, I haven't really sort of gone off it, really. It's had a lot of use, but it's good. Okay then, right, well, I'm going to disappear for now, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I'll be back again, obviously, well sometime with another one. Another exciting installment. So cheers for now. This is G7ILP, Kev saying bye for now.